voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you're going to lose money?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money, this fast.
Jim is a Republican who voted for Donald Trump 3 times.
How do you feel about your vote for Donald Trump now?
Oh my God, guys, you are gonna be shocked about what you're gonna hear about this farmer who lost $200,000 on tariffs alone. Guys, oh my God, the tariffs are really hitting farmers in the United States of America right now. It's crazy. I just want you to watch this video and let me know what you think about it. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know. As you see green behind here, you can see the rains are coming, guys. The rains are coming. We all depend on farming. Oh my God, look. What can you say? Look guys, oh my God. Let's watch this video and let me know what you think down there in the below in the comments section.
Alright guys, I didn't really want to have to get on here and do this, but I had to. These are fiberglass stakes right here. Those big bulky stakes on the back of the truck, wooden stakes. I called 2 weeks ago to get a quote on these fiberglass stakes because we need some more stakes this year. I got a quote, 83 cents. I called the man this morning. I said, hey, I know these tariffs are crazy and everything going on. I said, what can you do me on those fiberglass stakes now if we needed a load? It's a 3-month ETA from time you place the order. He said, Taylor, you don't want to hear this price and I'm about to give you. And I said, well, give it to me anyways. He said, each of those stakes now is going to be $1.74 a piece. And I said, well, you know, and I know both that we can't do that and that's going to be impossible. So that's just to let you know a little bit of what we're going through out here on our farm and what farmers in general are going through. These tariffs, not the best thing for our country. I voted for Trump.
Americans are seeing prices rise. They're seeing it on their bills. How long can they expect that pain to last?
So they've already seen it get much better because if you were truthful, which you're not, you know, I know you very well, you have gasoline that hit $1.98 yesterday in a couple of states. You have gasoline's way down. The price of oil has dropped substantially. The price of groceries are substantially down. The price of eggs, you know, when I came in, they hit me with eggs. I just got there. I was here for 1 week and they started screaming at me, eggs have gone through the roof. I said, I just got here. I was there for 7 days and I hear that eggs have gone through the roof before I got there. And they were screaming at me, the press, the fake news like you're fake. And the fake news is screaming at me like about eggs. I said, I've only been here, this is my 7th day. And they were right, they went up 87% and you couldn't get them. They said, you won't have eggs for Easter, which is coming up. Happy Easter, everybody. You won't have eggs for Easter. And we did an unbelievable job, and now eggs are all over the place. And the
American workers and American taxpayers have been taken advantage of for multi-generation, for decades. And it's time for somebody to stand up and put us first and put the country first and do what's best for the country, not what's best for the politicians.
Even if you as a farmer suffer.
That's right.
I mean, some people would hear that and be quite surprised that you're prepared to put your livelihood, your family's livelihood, on the line for the sake of politics.
Well, that's my duty as for being the head of my household. I've got to do what I got to do, what's going to be better for the future, better for the kids. It's not about today, it's about the long term. The long game is where the rewards are going to be.
But don't the price of tariffs and what happens in commodity markets like soybean, doesn't that affect you in the short term and affect your ability to provide for your family?
Look, tariffs will probably have a detrimental effect on soybean price in the near future. In the long term, it'll probably work out. I'm a farmer. I deal with bad weather. I deal with dry weather. I deal with torrential rains. We deal with hurricanes. What's a tariff going to do? You know, I got to raise a crop. If I was worried, I'd stay home and not raise a crop. If I was worried about it, I still got to get out there and raise my crop to get the price. If you don't get the yield, it doesn't make any difference. You know, I got to deal with all these other things. What's a tariff? I can't control that, so it is what it is.
Tariffs are complicated. Chances are that unless consumer demand just vanishes, we'll be okay. And it's unlikely that consumer demand is going to vanish where we are because we're in the DC area, Baltimore area, Richmond area, Charlottesville area. Those places are relatively insulated, not immune, from certain types of economic shocks. Now, the reason I say it's complicated is this. The immediate effect of the tariffs is that three important things we call parts, plastic, and paper, the cost of that is going to go way up. And that's one of our biggest expenses. So all that stuff is going to be tariffed, and like that's going to cause a certain aspect to go up. However, when you see a looming economic recession, which is almost certainly coming, what you notice is that energy futures are way down. So fuel is one of our biggest expenses. And it's pretty likely that not immediately, but a few months down the road, fuel is going to be a lot cheaper. Diesel is going to be cheaper. Electricity is going to be cheaper. Gasoline is going to be cheaper. So those things getting cheaper might offset the fact that our egg cartons are going to get more expensive. The egg flats, getting parts for our vehicles, replacing parts on our vacuum sealers and processing equipment, stuff like that. Now, here's the other thing. The labor market's about to get crazy. And what I mean by that is it's about to become a buyer's market for labor. It's going to be really tilted in favor of employers because I'm going to have only so many jobs and people are going to get laid off. People are going to lose their jobs. They're losing their jobs already. And there's going to be more people competing for fewer slots for work. And what happens when you have a big labor supply relative to the demand? Wages go down. Because now, we pay a minimum wage of $20 an hour, even if you walk in off the street. But if I was a butthole, I could say, look, there's a bunch of people out here willing to work for 12, 13 because they're hungry. Now, we're not going to do that because I got into business specifically to be the kind of employer that doesn't do stuff like that. But other employers, especially major employers, they will. The worst thing that could happen is, assuming again that consumer demand doesn't go away, that I'm going to have slightly less profitability to invest in, say, building our chicken factory down the road where we can process 1 million birds a year. This is kind of the irony of the orange idiot in the White House saying that this is going to spur investment in doing things in America. You are taking the money out of my pockets that I am directly intending to use to build a factory in the United States. I will have less money to invest in that because of these tariffs. This is what happens when you turn over the economy to a moron who's declared bankruptcy at least 6 times, including a freaking casino. So, we'll be fine, but no thanks to any politicians. Not now, not ever.
Well, it's April 15th and I haven't filed, and I'm not gonna file. They've taken over $30,000 this year from me in payroll taxes. That should suit them. If there was any way I could get any of that back, I would. Unfortunately, I don't have much for write-offs. My kids are grown. I encourage you to stand up and not contribute to the administrative state. And no, before you start, this has nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the Administrative Procedures Act that was passed back in 1949 that grew this giant, hungry, diabetic fat kid that we call government. It grew the administrative state. It gave rise to administrative law court judges who are neither elected nor appointed. They're hired, just like a plumber, to deal with shit. They have no authority, no legal authority over an American citizen. None. I don't give a shit if they're an IRS judge, an immigration judge, or any of the rest of them. They're administrative law judges. Just like the name implies, they are a pawn of the administrative state. It is neither Democrats nor Republicans who have put you in this situation. We put ourselves in this situation. And I am not going to fund it. Devil take the hindmost. I'm ready to play.
Beautiful people, how are you? I'm Kodere, so kindly subscribe to this channel. First of all, I want to say China is so fucked up, is so tired with games Trump is trying to pull on them. 245% tariff. I don't know how Americans got to this point, but that is too much, too much, too much. And we have seen Trump being asked about the tariff that he has imposed on these countries that export and imports commodities out and inside of the United States. He has said that those tariffs, he imposed the tariffs on everything, and he has come and defended himself, saying that the tariffs is going to help in the inflation. It's going to help in cooling down or bringing down inflation. And when he was asked about the groceries, because right now life in America is not the same again, and he lied and said that the prices of groceries have come down, and the living standard of the people of of the US is now okay, you understand. And we have seen again, we have come across a farmer who is an ardent supporter of Trump. He's a MAGA supporter of Trump. He's a farmer, and he has said, like, no matter how much he's going to lose during his all the farming season when he's growing soya, so long as it is in the interest of the people of the future, the children of the future, he's gonna do it, and he's going to stand with Trump no matter what. And I'm so like, what? People are counting losses, and this guy is just saying that he supports what Trump is doing. He voted for him. He's a business, he's a farmer, he has gotten losses, but he's not looking at what the loss. But I agree with him. We have to stand for the future of our kids. It's me, Irene, to you. Bye bye.